Hello and welcome to another Vapor Room tutorial video. Today we'll be going over how to refill and use your Dual Coil Cartomizer Tank, or the DCT for short. You'll need some Vapor Room liquid, the DCT, and an e-cig battery or a comparable mod. The DCT is a handy system for more advanced vapors, or customers who've used a dual coil cartomizer but want something that lasts a little longer in the juice department. So instead of filling the cartomizer itself, we're going to be filling the surrounding area where the tank encases with juice. You'll see how that works in a minute. So first, remove the drip tip, and we're going to need to push the cartomizer down. You'll notice that it moves through the tank. You could take it all the way out. We're not going to do that. We're just going to push a little bit down with the drip tip and then pull until you see an opening, just a slight one. We need to be able to move that cartomizer over from the lip of the tank. So it has to come down into the tank where you can see a space. Unlike using a normal dual coil cartomizer where you just put the liquid straight into the filler, we're going to be putting it in the tank and letting the filler soak in the juice from the surrounding area. Push slightly from one side so that the cartomizer angles itself a little bit inside the tank. You won't break your seal at the bottom, but you might remove the disc there just a little bit. You see, you want to get it just near the top, but pushed over enough so you get a good space in the opening. Now, take your liquid and really get the tip in there between the cartomizer and the tank. We want to avoid actually getting liquid in the cartomizer. Unlike a normal dual coil where you would put it straight in, we're going to try to get none in there right now. We're going to surround the cartomizer with liquid. So once you get it in there, you can just squeeze as hard as you want. So now you're just going to need to bring the cartomizer back over in line so you can push it back up through. Watch that top seal. Make sure it's on there securely. At this point, you could accidentally push the cartomizer all the way through, spill a lot of liquid. Get the drip tip back on there securely. You can do it the way I'm doing it here, but the easiest way is to set it down and push, because when they come new, it's a really tight seal. Now you want to make sure you only use the drip tip provided with the DCT or a type 1 marble drip tip available on our site. Now we're looking here at the very thing that makes the DCT work, and that's this small hole in the cartomizer. That's where the liquid is going to go through. It's important to note where the cartomizer's hole is once you thread it onto a battery. It's going to be different every time, so the system takes a little bit of learning to use. After your first fill on a DCT, you're going to want to prime the cartomizer through the drip tip straight in with about 5 to 10 drops. Let it soak for 15 to 20 minutes because the juice really needs to work its way in there. What I'm showing you here is threading it onto a battery. Now you'll see just by handling the tank how the cartomizer moves freely inside and can be pushed all the way through, taken all the way out, and once you get it onto a battery about 3/4 of the way, it'll start to spin, and you might need to grab it right beneath the drip tip to really get it on there and to get it off. So a quick review here at the end of the video. You want to make sure once you've filled up your DCT that if you replace the drip tip, that it's one of our type 1 bulb drip tips for the 510, or a similar drip tip that is wider than the whole opening somewhere of the DCT, because if you put it on a T-tip or any other kind of thin tip, it's going to go straight through. You're going to lose all your liquid. And the most important thing to stress here again is the placement of the hole when using the DCT. It'll be in a different spot on different batteries, and each DCT might be different on the same battery, just due to the threading. So you want to make sure that the liquid is covering the hole. You'll see here I hold it a couple different ways. If I hold it one way, the hole is exposed to air, the liquid all goes to the other side of the tank. If you have enough liquid in there that it's so full it doesn't do that, that'll work for then, but once the tank gets about halfway empty, all the liquid will go to the other side, so you're going to have to hold your e-cigarette so that the hole is facing down and it's getting liquid through to the filler. Otherwise, you're going to get a really bad burnt taste. That's it for this video. Please feel free to email us with any questions about the DCT or any other product we have. Thanks for choosing the Vapor Room. We'll see you next time.